A very important part of PwC's customer service, customer engagement, and community relations are our community advisory group. It's a group of customers that provide us great feedback about initiatives that we have going on. They help us form our messages to our customers, and they become advocates as they learn about our services, and they really help us get our messages out to the community and our customers. Many years ago, back in the early 2000s, we were looking for a way to get customer feedback, and you can do surveys and you can do general focus groups, but it was really important to us that we looked around the community and at our customer base, and we tried to find customers that could give us constant feedback. Because there's initiatives going on every day, there's decisions that are being made about customers, and you never know when you need that type of feedback. So we put this group together. It's a very diverse background. They've had different jobs, they have different services, they live in different parts of our service area. And so they all bring different perspectives to utility services, and it's been such a valuable part of our customer service and community relations. It's a group. There's no hard guidelines to it other than being in a position to bring a unique perspective to the things that we talk about. We've got about 20 people. When someone agrees to participate, they can serve up to 3 years. We meet monthly, typically in person. During COVID, we've had to do the Zoom, but we're going to get back to in person. We meet in the evening, so it's usually pretty convenient for everyone. Our meetings last about an hour and a half, and we just have really good conversation, and they just bring a great perspective. They've become very valuable to us before a decision is made by the board, if it's going to have a direct customer impact. One of the things that they want to know is, what does the community advisory group have to say about this? They want to know that we've used that tool, and so that we have a good idea going into a decision about what the reaction or response is going to be from our customers. At PwC, most of the things that happen don't happen overnight. Many of them are years in the making. Our community advisory group has been so important, like in the implementation of time of use rates. That was talked about for years in looking at how that structure was, how we communicated it to customers. The community advisory group was so important. When we have to have a rate change, that's a tough message to deliver. But the advisory group is really good at helping us review our messages, looking at the information we provide and telling us what they would want to see as a customer to help them better understand, why that decision was made. So if you want to get involved in your community and you want to be a part of something that helps kind of the greater good, because so many people are utility customers, I would encourage you to look into the community advisory group. If you want to talk with some of our members or past members, we could definitely put you in touch with them. I think they would love to share their experiences with you. And we do a kind of a feedback survey as people roll off, and I think that's the one thing we do here is people say it's their favorite community participation that they've ever had, and we have some people who have been active in lots of things, so it makes us happy that people do get that experience and want to continue participating.
I'm a PwC customer, and my hometown in Michigan had a municipal utility. Never really had the opportunity to learn the ins and outs of that local utility, and PwC, me being somebody new in town, it gave me the opportunity to meet folks, but also to understand why PwC does what they do and why they do it that way. For me, to see the intricate details was fascinating. And now I really appreciate the value of a municipal utility in our community. Some of the highlights that I have from my time on the CAG, the facility tours were definitely a plus. To be able to see the sewage treatment plant, the water distribution plant, the electric generation, and the solar farm, those were really fascinating. And I was blown out of the water, quite frankly, with those. Also, the opportunity to be able to be involved with input that was actually utilized by PwC. A couple of things that I remember was the design of the bill. They actually asked us to proofread a bill, and then they incorporated some of our suggestions into that when they redesigned it. I was blown away. Another one that was really fascinating was learning about the LED streetlight program and how that worked, along with the sewer extension and the water extension into the annexed areas in the community. And I think for me, probably the biggest learning and most fascinating was after Hurricane Florence and hearing PwC staff talk about the response to the hurricane and how that all worked. I was amazed, and I'm thankful that we have such a reliable utility that not only during normal times, but times of crisis, that we can count on, that's working in our best interest as customers in the community. I also have to commend PwC for their social media presence. Whenever there is an event going on in the community, whether it be a power outage, water shortage, hurricane, PwC's community advisory staff are always on social media, updating that as much as they can. And that information was coming to me, and then I could update folks, whether it be here in Parks and Recreation where I work, or in our church, or other folks in the community, with real-time information that would benefit them so they could make informed decisions about their utility usage and whether they needed to relocate during those times of crisis. To someone that is interested in joining the CAG, I would recommend they get their application in early. To me, it was been my favorite board and favorite meeting to be able to go to a CAG meeting once a month. And now that I'm on the alumni, I truly look forward to the 6-month meetings that the community relations staff have put together for those as well. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I wanted to be on the Consumer Advisory Group to learn more about PwC and what they do for the community, and I felt like that I might offer some contribution to some extent. Didn't know exactly what, but wanted to be a member and to learn more about it and do what I could. Well, the committee or projects that I've been involved in has just been pretty much the learning process of what PwC does as far as and what they're responsible for is supplying electrical service to the citizens of this area, and to also learn about the different things that they're involved in, such as the peak load generating of electricity to reduce the cost of electricity that the consumers have to pay in this market. And the distribution, I was quite impressed after the last storm we had. The lines were knocked down in our neighborhood and all around the city, and then get it all up and running in a very short while. And it just seemed so logical that what they were doing, and it made sense. And so I was impressed with that. It's good to hear the comments from different individuals on the committee and what they're doing and the feedback that they're furnishing PwC has been very beneficial, I feel like, and it certainly makes them more aware of what issues are sensitive to the public. I think the group serves somewhat as a focus group for PwC in trying to reach and get the reaction of the community about certain issues that may be coming up. And that, and of course we can be, I feel like I serve a little bit as an ambassador to go out and kind of, if I hear a conversation and they're not, I feel like it's getting a little off from the factual, I can maybe quote some facts or bring the facts back into play and try to, get the situation straightened out if there's a rumor going on that doesn't make sense. The in-person meetings that we have are held at 6 o'clock in the evening, and we're usually given a meal there, and it's always been a good meal. It's brought in from some of the restaurants that fix them, and they were quite good. And we get a chance to talk to other members on the committee. We meet around a table of, I don't know, must be 20 folks or so. So I think different points and different ideas are brought out for PwC's use. In summary, my participation and venture on or part of the CAG has been very rewarding for me. I've enjoyed it, and it's been one of the easiest committees I've served on as far as bringing everybody in and allowing them to participate and be part of it and being part of something in the community that's delivering a very valuable service to the citizens. So I've enjoyed it.